Hi everybody, welcome. Happy Monday. I'm Lynn from EJG'S. We're so happy to have you here today. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all of you that celebrated or are honoring your moms this past weekend. So today we're back. It is a beautiful day today. The sun is shining and we're just happy to have you here with us. Today we're going to work on a little mixed media project, one of my favorite things to do. So I hope that you will enjoy what we're going to work on today. Megan's here with us today, and send her your best wishes. She is not feeling her best today, so you might hear her having a little coughing in the background or whatever. So we set her up with some hot tea.
I'm gonna really try not to cough.
It's good. Well, I mean, if you got to cough, you got to cough.
I know,
what are you going to
do? Try not to be disruptive.
Anyway, we are here in Medina, New York, which is halfway between Buffalo and Rochester. You can find us here in Medina at our little brick and mortar shop, or you can always find us online at EJG'S.com. Or on Facebook or YouTube, which is where we're streaming live to today. So the motorcycles are out in full force, so you'll probably hear those in the background. They love to race down Main Street here. And they don't even pay attention to the fact that we're doing a live today, right? I know. No, I don't know if they're racing, but all of a sudden the weather turns nice and it's been beautiful here, and you just hear like all the motorized things come out, and the things that with loud sounds. I don't get it. It's like the loudest mufflers and all of that stuff. But anyway. So we are here today hoping that you are here to join us. Please ask any questions that you have, and we'll do our best to answer them in the comments below. And of course, with Megan between coughs and...
I'm not. I'm going to really try not to be coughing.
No, it's really all right.
We'll
it really is
microphone
all
off and
right.
Walk away.
You don't have your microphone on, right?
It's right next to me. I just don't want it too close.
Yeah, she doesn't want to blow your eardrums out,
No.
right? Anyway, so I'm going to flip the camera down. I cannot wait to hear who's here today and how you spent your weekend. So let's do that now, and we'll show you what we're working on. All righty, here it is now. This is a project that we did, was it last week? When we featured the stencil release from Mara. Maybe it was the week before. But remember that I did this frame. This was one of the projects that I did. And we'd used the Pentart, some of the Pentart products, but that video is available to watch. And we created this beautiful plaster kind of texture on this plain old wooden frame. I'm not going to go over everything that I did with this, but because you can always jump back and watch that video. But today we're going to add a piece of artwork to the inside of this, and I got out my handy dandy urn stencil, the antique urn stencil from EJG'S. And we are going to use the Joie de Roses because I loved the colors that are going on here, and it'll make even more sense, these colors, when I show you how I prepared the panel for the background. This is a JRV decoupage paper, and what is it called, Megan?
Warwick Castle.
Warwick Castle. So what I want you to see here now is how all of these colors are coming together so beautifully. I just love all of this.
Let me just quickly say that if you're looking for the way that Mom made that frame, that was from a video called Stencil Techniques.
Thank you.
On April 28th, 2025. So you can find the supply list for that just under featured on our live tutorials under that name and date. And you can also just look for the video with that same name and date on YouTube. Or if you want to scroll around Facebook, you can look right there too. Until, I guess, May 28th. and then it will be gone.
Right. Yeah, then you'll find it on YouTube. It'll be there.
It'll always be on YouTube.
Until YouTube tells us they're not going to save our
Don't
videos
say
anymore.
that.
I know,
Don't say
no. It can't be. But so I decoupaged this on, I just used the JRV liquid patina. I'm sorry, DIY liquid patina to decoupage this in place. I think it really is pretty. And honestly, I mean, look at that. That is beautiful just as it is. I have been listening to and reading okay, what's trending in home decor? What are people looking for? And I'm going to tell you, it is totally like kitschy and old-fashioned kind of wall art. And I just keep thinking of all of the framed pieces that we can put together as a gallery wall, and you mix it up. It's not only this type of thing, but it's textile art and old photographs and those prints like from what are they called, like the framed stuff, the old framed stuff that we used to get, that's almost like a cardboard piece. But oh my gosh, there's so many options and totally doing it gallery wall style. So I just thought, let's kind of run with that a little bit and create a look that could easily be incorporated into a gallery wall. So, but what's going to make this work? And I think it's the same thing as if you're doing a gallery wall. Yes, the randomness of this, that, and the other thing, and all different types of media is really fun. But there's also kind of some rules of style, I guess, in that you want to make sure that you have a nice cohesive collection. Just like when we do mixed media, you want to have your colors kind of lay out and look good together. You want there to be a balance and a cohesiveness in that collection with color. So that's something to keep in mind. And I might bring a couple other pieces. Actually, we'll get them down later, but see the ones that I did, and I did those live. They're up above. See the little gold frame and but we don't need to worry about those now.
Okay.
But what makes those gallery walls and those vintage random collections is that, yes, they're random, but they're also not so random, if that makes sense, because you do want to have a nice background cohesiveness, balance, color, theme, all of that kind of works well together, and I think it makes it just so much more pleasing to the eye. So let's take a look again at this. This is what I'm working with. We did this frame last week. This is the background, but then of course we want to layer over this. So I have been having a fond remembrance lately of my stencil urn, the Antique Garden urn. And I want to create a piece that will have our garden urn that is kind of off to the side a little bit. And then I'm going to fill that full of the Joie de Roses. But look at how pretty all those colors are together. So we'll get to this a little bit later. Yeah, I have been, I have been just seeing so many, just kind of the whole kitschy, like, all of that stuff is just totally back in, and it's kind of like the stuff that was in your grandma's house, I guess.
I was just gonna say, what makes it kitschy to you?
I think for me, it's kind of a randomness, but in my chaos, the randomness, I like to have a little bit of order. So that always means I want it all to look good together by subject matter, color,
Some kind of thread.
Yeah, there has to be. Yeah, there has to be. Like if it's all florals, like I could totally go with, okay, we're gonna have gold frames and plaster frames and antique frames and wood frames, but yet everything is floral. Like I I like to come up with something that is going to be unifying for the whole collection. I don't know if that's the way the young kids do it today, but
I don't think young kids do it the same at all, do you?
probably.
I guess they're all different, right?
I know, probably not.
That was one I took Levon to a concert
Uh-huh.
recently. That was definitely
Did you feel
Sally.
old?
Oh, Sally and I were by far and away the oldest people there. But I want him to have these experiences safely, because they were important experiences for me when I was young, but I would never let him go alone. Even though his brothers were there, I'm still not quite ready to just let him loose.
Go with his big brothers?
And it was an album I also liked too, so I thought, okay, I'll go. But wow, Sally and I were like,
You're a
Woo!
better woman than I am. I would
In
rather be in
line.
bed by 8 o'clock.
well, we were not. We were up later, way past our bedtimes. And a Tuesday night. Who's having a concert on a Tuesday night? No wonder I don't feel good. And this
Exactly.
is the effects of just going and staying up until midnight. But my whole point is that the major thing I noticed is that the style of the kids this age, most of Levon was a bit younger than most of the kids there. They were more like Jonathan and August's age, like early 20s,
And then there were
maybe even early 30s.
then there were the ladies in their 40s.
And then there were Sally and I in our mid-40s, standing, at a safe distance with our arms crossed with a soda water.
Right.
Holding everyone's merch that they bought. And
funny.
but that their style, it was not like a trend. Every person that walked by was very much their own unique style.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, we could not, there was no like one trend going on. I don't know if it was just the artists that brought those types of people together, but I know that my kids dress that way too, and their friends, like they definitely thrift a lot of their clothes. But I mean, you could not say it was a particular style. It was like one after the other, so different from the next. The way they put their clothes together.
But then let's think back to when you were their age. Would you have seen a particular style that was uniform?
Somewhat. I remember thrifting was kind of big, at least in my group of friends, when I was in high school, and corduroys were like a big thing that came back.
Oh my
and
gosh.
there was a lot of people wearing that. But it was not even like that. It was just like all over the place. It was very
Really?
cool to see, I thought. Just
Everybody
everybody's
expressing
unique.
their own style.
Yes,
Would
I
you
enjoyed it very much.
Do you think a lot of it was like thrifted? Did you
for sure
get that
There was
feeling?
It was not fast fashion, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, and I do love that about this. Like that generation is becoming much more conscious of.
And this wasn't like a big, I was not at a Taylor Swift concert. You know what I mean? This was a small venue, a niche artist, so I'm sure it drew a particular kind of crowd. But,
Sure.
I don't know, it was very interesting. I really enjoyed the people watching there.
I bet.
And the clothing watching.
But it's loud,
No
isn't
matter
it?
how tired I was. Yes, it was quite loud.
Oh, see, that would be hard for me. Oh, that would be so
I
hard.
didn't say it was easy, but
You're
I'm doing my best.
You're a better woman than I am. Right now, the sound of this stencil brush is driving me crazy. But that's cool that they could have that experience in a safe way.
Yes, their brothers were very good about looking after him too.
Okay, so what I've done here is I have used just cast iron. You can use any dark paint and a stencil brush. And I have laid down my first stencil. And you know what? This is very pretty. I love this. I love this stencil so much. And now what I want to do is I want to make sure this is dry, first of all.
Oh,
And
sorry.
go
No, you
ahead.
go ahead.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift this, and we're going to, so that this becomes a shadow in the background. One of my favorite stencil techniques. I love doing this. I just think it'll pop and bring that image right out from the background.
I love that stencil.
This is so beautiful. It really is. And I haven't used it in a long time.
It's a good one for all seasons, I think.
So we're gonna, I'm done with this now. I'm not gonna be stenciling anymore. It's with a brush. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use a couple of different pastes. I think I'm gonna use, I was just on the fence about this, and I even thought of like, I wonder what they look like if I mixed them. So I'm gonna get both of them out, and we're gonna see what we have, okay?
So Elizabeth is coming for our Crackle Camp.
Oh,
Elizabeth, remind me where you're
yes.
coming from. And she's bringing a friend, and she just said she got a hotel booked.
Right,
But
great.
you're coming from quite a distance. Can you remind me where you're coming from, Elizabeth? We were emailing with each other.
All right, let me grab, I have to sneeze.
Bless you.
Sorry. We have, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I tried to cover my microphone. I hope that didn't create a problem for anybody. Okay, so let's take a look at the Stone Effect pastes. I haven't used these in a while, and I just got in the mood to use them.
They're very cool. Hi, Marty.
So I have, what color is this? What color? This is cement.
Oh, Elizabeth's coming from Delaware. That's right.
Is that right,
So
Elizabeth?
exciting.
Oh my gosh. Elizabeth, why didn't you just come for the entire camp weekend?
It's a lot. It was a lot. It's exciting for her that she's coming.
I
just
am
for
so
that.
excited. Oh my gosh. But she'll arrive on Sunday? I think she's arriving on Sunday.
Yep, I think you're staying Sunday to Monday, right, Elizabeth?
So, Elizabeth, of course, feel free to pop in on Sunday when we're, wrapping up camp. I'm not sure what time you'll be in, but you'll get to kind of see what's happening here.
If that's right, I can't remember. It may be Monday to Tuesday. I can't remember. You have to remind me.
All right. So, I just got out these two colors. We have, one's called Cement, and then the other is called Anthracite. These are the Stone Effect pastes. So let me,
While she's looking, you can find everything that she's using today. Excuse me. There's a link up above if you're watching on Facebook, or down below on YouTube, to a supply list. Or you can go to lnjgoods.com and look under featured on our live tutorials. Just look for the name of today's live and today's date, and you'll find links to everything Mom is using today. Or you can always email me info@lnjgoods.com or call the shop, and I'll answer any questions you have. And if I can't answer them, then I can always ask Mom.
right, exactly. Okay, so I have not made a blend of these before, but let's just kind of see what happens. I'm game to try something new and different.
Oh, Lynn, you're the friend who's coming with Elizabeth. How exciting.
Hi.
Okay, so they're coming Monday to Tuesday. Wonderful.
Oh, that's great. Well, we cannot wait to see you. Cannot wait. All right, so I don't know. First, I'm going to kind of mix the two of these, and I kind of like the way that looks. All right, I see how I just mixed these a little bit. So I just might do that. I'm not like super blending them, so I can get more of a little bit of a random effect. But see how that is? I did not blend them completely, although you could, but I really like the shade difference there. And then what I'll do is put this right over top. This is my first layer that I just did, just with the cast iron paint. Cast iron, cast iron. And now I am going to shift to the right. That's going to make my shadow. It's going to make this little shadow in the back. So let's do this again. Oh, I got to get my head out of the way. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I'm on a delay. I just noticed it myself.
Okay.
Janet, the paper is right in that supply list that I mentioned. It's a JRV paper called Warwick Castle.
Okay, so what I do is I get this lined up. Let's line this up again. And in order to create the shadow effect, I'm going to get this all lined up here. What I do, this is lined up with what I already stenciled on here. Now I am going to shift it to the right. See how that moved over and you can see that lightness? See how that changed? So here's my original stencil right there that I just did with the cast iron paint. Now I want to shift it to the right, and what that's going to do is create a little shadow in the background. So let me just stabilize this. It's such a fun stencil technique. I just love doing this. All right. Now I've got my mix of pastes here. I'm not totally mixing them. I've got a little randomness going on. And let's now hold this down. And I am going to start to spread this over my stencil. It's not going to be perfect. I can tell you that right now because I just lifted up an edge of my stencil.
Did you get to go eat with Ben and Rebecca and the girls yesterday, Mom?
We did, yeah.
That's good.
We did. It was a busy day at the shop.
I thought it might be. Lots of moms want to come to EJG'S for Mother's Day.
Yes, they do indeed. Okay, and I'm just going to use my palette knife to run over my stencil again. Kind of leaving this little area not quite so thick because I think I want to be able to put some of my transfer down in there too.
Deborah says the Warwick Castle is a wonderful place in England. I've been and it is full of wax figures.
Is that right?
Yep.
And it doesn't creep you out, all those wax figures?
Sometimes a little bit of creepy is
okay.
wonderful.
Yeah. I really love this, you guys. And I love that you can just mix these colors and come up with a really cool, different concrete effect. And we'll be doing some other stuff to this too. So let's get that on here. We have a big workshop here at EJG'S tomorrow night. Local friends are coming and we're going to be creating a really fun project.
Yes, we haven't done that in a while.
It's been a long time. Got a big full house coming. We hope to do even more of that.
Right after that, I get to go and have my chaperone meeting for the band trip and meet a nice group of gals I'll be chaperoning. For the band trip.
Oh, the band trip, yeah.
So everybody send prayers my way. God will deliver into my hands just the group of girls that is meant for me.
Group of teenage girls. Oh, gosh. Megan, yeah. It's a tough one.
Yep.
But you always seem to have a good rapport with them, and they... you can handle all their drama.
I've had a tough year or two. I'm not well versed in teen girl drama, but I do my best.
Yeah, for sure.
Somehow in the end they do seem to like me, which is shocking.
Okay, so let's lift this up. And I pray that in there it goes. So pretty.
Wow, that looks
I
so
love
cool
the
like
way that happens. I had a little bit of a little smudge there, so let me see if I can.
Oh my goodness, you can't even notice.
But I can fix it. Now, of course, you could argue the fact that, well, why would you see this color back behind there? Well, you wouldn't. But again, it's a mixed media piece. It's interpretive, I guess. It's not realistic. So we just go with it. So again, that was a mix of anthracite, and I'll be doing some more to this as well. Anthracite and stone effect.
Cheryl said.
Or stone effect, I'm sorry, anthracite and
sandstone.
No, not sandstone. Anthracite and cement. Cement.
No.
Yeah.
That's not cement, that's sandstone.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you have the wrong cap on it.
It could be. It could very well be. I
Let
guess
me
we
see.
better find out.
That to me looks like sandstone.
Well, I don't know. What did Cheryl say?
She said, if I was
A carpenter.
If I was a teenager and I knew you were the chaperone, I'd take up the trombone.
Aw, that's so fun. All right, so we are going to get this.
On our website, this is sandstone. I think we just accidentally mixed up the lids, but let's
That
find
could
out.
very well be.
I'm going to look it up by part number and be very professional. On decoupage. And Deborah says that the wax figures are, it's like at Disney and they talk.
Oh, that is super creepy.
Animatronic.
Okay. So guys, right now and again, what you want to do is think about, okay, it seems very busy, like there's a lot going on here, but that is all going to be, the more layers I add to this, the more this paper will truly be in the background. And the rest of this is going to come forward.
Okay, that is sandstone. We got the lids mixed up.
Oh, I did?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am
That's
so
okay.
sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
It's kind of
It's
a
okay.
cool, yeah, it worked, right?
It's sandstone and anthracite mix, and it does look cementy.
It does, yeah. Because I thought this is too dark and this was too light. So we got a good little blend of both of them.
Delray, I appreciate you thinking I would be a fun chaperone, but I'm not cool. You know, like I always say, I give
you
the
are.
impression of sometimes of being cool just on first glance. But when it comes down to it, in a chaperone or parent environment, I'm not that cool. I like
yeah,
that.
I'm sure you are. And those little
Well,
girls
you're
love.
not going to be caught. You're not going to be getting away with smoking a cigarette on my watch, or any kind of shenanigans like that. Breaking. You're going to get tape on your door at the end of the night, and that tape is not going to be broken. And you're going to be.
You got to do all of that.
Oh yes, and you're going to be on time.
Ooh,
And your whites are going to be
This one?
white.
runs a tight ship, I guess.
I'm cool, but I have boundaries. Okay.
Well, that's what makes you cool,
You know,
too.
Now, if you
Children want boundaries. They do.
I'm cool until you run out of all your money and spend all your money on the first day at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then you have no money for food and we got to call your grandma.
Oh, do they actually do
That's
that?
why they don't
You
know.
don't give good, you don't
Every
advise?
Of course I advise. Of course I give them that talk every single time. Remember, we have to make our money last. 3-4 days.
Oh my
Don't
gosh.
spend it all on an Aerosmith shirt that you've never even heard Aerosmith before.
You don't.
Don't spend.
Oh, that's funny. Ah.
Cool with boundaries. I'm cool until I'm not, basically.
Oh, I do love hearing some of your,
Yeah. We're going to keep our hands above the blankets at all times.
Yeah, and when I said that, I wasn't cool at all.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just not cool when your hands are already above the blankets.
Right. All right, so this is Joie de Roses, truly one of my favorites, and it's like, oh, I just haven't used this in so long, and I want to layer it up. I just loved all of these colors together. So what I want to do is find, I'm just kind of laying out, what do I have here? I do love the butterfly. I want to be able to bring some of this down over my paste, like over the edge of the urn. So these are just scraps. These are scraps that I had. So we're kind of playing around with these to see what works. What works? Let me see this. You know, they all fit together in kind of a...
Yes, the flowers are big and voluptuous, Deborah.
They really are. I love these, and I love that butterfly there too. So, you know, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim around this. Let's get our EJG'S scissor hands thing going on here. And let's do this. Because I will, of course, layer. You know that. And I don't want like these cut edges like that. So
Hi, Susan.
I'm going to try to work around those. Kind of cut away the excess. I'm loving that butterfly. And then I want this to kind of spill down over the edge of the urn, which could be really pretty. And I mean, I can always cut that butterfly out and add something different. So this is where you get to like just, all right, I'll be with you. Oh wait, I'll be with you. I'll be back with you in a second.
Whack. Please
Okay.
don't be whack with us.
I'll be back in a second. Well,
Don't be whack.
what?
Because I'm trying not to cough. You said I'll be whack with you.
I said I'll be back.
I'm going to start coughing and then I'm going to have to leave.
I said I'll be back.
Okay.
I really did.
I heard whack and that got me laughing.
That's your plugged up ears.
Probably you're right.
I think this is what I love so much about using transfers too, is just the ability to take them apart and then put them back together.
Shannon's wondering, I'm sorry. Yeah, Shannon's wondering if this method would work with your vivarium stencil.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. Yeah, we've done that with vivarium. I'm sure we have. I don't have that example because I think somebody bought it. Bought the piece that we did. All right, so...
Jackie heard whack too.
All right, Jackie. Whose side are you on here?
It's funny. Little word mix-ups like that are funny and fun. They make the regular doldrums of life a little more
All those
interesting. Don't you
doldrums.
agree?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I definitely want... I don't want all this branchiness here. So I'm just trying to be very strategic in how I chop these apart, if that makes sense.
She is the best at layering transfers, isn't she, Nina?
Oh, I love doing that. Thank you, Nina. Thank you. I really do love... I love cutting them apart and putting them back together.
Listen, Peggy, I'm not pushing it. I've been in trouble enough.
I like that up there, like so we'd have a couple. But look, when I take this and just take this apart, has everybody been getting kind of sneak peek emails about the IOD release coming? I can't share a date yet because I truly don't have a date. But
And even if she did, she couldn't tell you.
and
You
even
already
if I
know
did,
that.
I couldn't tell you. That's exactly right.
Vicky has vivarium, and it's one of her prized possessions.
Is it really,
Vivarium,
Vicky?
I think is one of her best.
Oh, the Bavaria. I know. It's so pretty.
That one and this urn are just very versatile
Yep.
stencils.
You know what? I end up
Vivarium especially.
like cutting these apart so much, and then I put them back together, and like, oh my gosh, did I just?
Susan, yes, I got in trouble with HR, and that's very hard to do because I am HR.
Wasn't that the truth? Let's put one this way. And I'm almost blindly putting these.
This IOD release will not be affected by the tariffs.
No.
The tariffs,
Nope.
Mary. So that's good news.
And we just hope that going forward, none of them will be, right?
Right, but all we know right now is that for this release, no prices are changing.
Nope. See what I do? I'm literally losing more and more. Just cutting away what I don't want in there. And once I do that, I feel like I have the elements that I can work with a little bit easier.
I really do think that's something about the IOD transfers that makes them so special is the way they can overlap.
Well, I find that you can do that with really anything, with a transfer, with decoupage papers. You just have to you kind of have to just look at them, not as a whole, but what are their parts, you know?
But I just mean the way they're opaque.
Yeah.
Like they are meant to be able to overlap and, I don't know, they don't look like stickers laying on top of each other, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you're right. So, you know, I like threes of things.
Maybe opaque isn't the right word. Translucent? Just a little translucent?
A little translucent, yeah. So I'm liking, and sometimes I just gotta like get it on there.
Yes, Peggy, that's true. I think it is easy to forget sometimes that, you know, Mom and I do put each other out there, ourselves out there live every single week, you know, and we are sometimes just cruising into it. You don't know we're a mother and daughter.
Oh.
And not only that, we're a mother and daughter that work together. Not just the hours we're in the shop. Sometimes we're leaving the shop on the phone, getting into our cars together next to each other, still on the phone with each other, driving home, talking on the phone. You know what I mean? It's never ending. So it is what it is. And you're not always seeing the best of me, that's for sure.
What?
It's just the truth, you know? And I'm not like perfect, if you can believe it.
Why? Is there a problem?
No, we're just talking about me getting in trouble with HR.
Oh, yeah, well.
Yeah, it just happens. I mean, I can be a snot sometimes too, and I'm always willing to apologize if I am. I'd prefer it to not be on camera. I try hard.
Oh boy,
to
we've had those days too.
seem
haven't we?
delightful. All
right.
but
So this is where now I need to just get something down. I have to. Otherwise, I'm going to make myself crazy. And then I can always fill in later. I've got to see how this is going to look. And how I want to position this. Then I end up changing my mind too, you know, like I kind of like that.
yes, Mary Lou, that's the other thing I was trying to express, that the IOD transfers don't have halos. That's the other thing that makes them really nice to layer.
Okay, so now I'm seeing I kind of like this situation going on. So I've got these pinks and then this kind of random bud that could kind of spill out, and then I'll throw the butterfly up there. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with it, and let's hope my vision will work out. They usually do. They do. They don't always, but most of the time they do. And yes, look, it's going to go right over that stone effect paste, the stencil is.
Now, Deborah asked a simple question. The leaves are going up the side?
What do you mean? The leaves are going up the side.
Deborah, I've already said, don't make me laugh.
Why? What did I do wrong?
Did
I do something wrong?
She's just asking a question.
Yeah, it's
for
going to...
For the table. The leaves are going up the side, question mark. That's what she said. And now that's... You take that for what you
Is
will.
that Deborah Bird?
No, that's Deborah Hammond.
Deborah Hammond, you are so much
question.
better at this than I am.
She's not... It seemed to me a very neutral question.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's just looking out for you.
I think it's going to be okay. I really do.
Maybe she's wondering if you're going to tip this to the side and it'll be more like an urn that's spilling out.
It's going to be like flowers are spilling out. Let's catch a vision for this. I think it's going to all come together. I really do. And of course, you will be making sure that all of your pastes and any mediums that you're applying the transfer over
Yes,
are
essential.
completely dry. But I'm just saying it's adding to that rustic effect when it lifts up my structure, my stone effect paste. And it's all going to be just fine. It always is, right? Okay, and you'll notice, like, I didn't center this either, not at all. So you think of the spilling of voluptuous, beautiful, big, just like one of those gorgeous floral paintings from the 18th century, 19th century too.
Patty Levine said, I had a heart attack in the middle of the night thinking my nephew's wedding was the same weekend as Christmas camp, but thankfully his wedding is the weekend before. Oh, I hate when that happens. And doesn't it always happen in the middle of the night that you panic about something like that?
Well, that is your nephew, her nephew?
Yes.
Well, he would just have to understand, right?
Or maybe change the venue to Bent's.
Right, yeah.
Shannon says, you don't need to worry about a top coat over the vase medium. Just dry it, correct?
Over the vase. Oh, this?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Nope. It's good, Shannon.
Colleen says, hello from glorious Minnesota. 5
Hey.
straight days of beautiful weather and so blessed. Did
You know
everyone
what?
have a good Mother's Day? I pretty much slept all the way through Mother's Day,
Yeah.
which was shocking. I do feel blessed that I was able to do that it was a day that I could do that, but a little bummed that it was a beautiful day outside and that's what I had to do. How about you, Mom?
Well, it was a beautiful day, and I got to serve many lovely mothers that came into EJG'S, and that was nice. I always enjoy what they love to come in and shop and, do the things
Did you get to have a nice morning at the lake before?
No, I came into work actually quite early.
And then you got to spend some time with Ben and the
I
girls.
did. Yeah. Yes, I did.
Deborah said, "You're amazing, and it always is gorgeous in the end."
Oh, thank you, Deborah. That means so much. Thank you. Oh, but look, I mean, that is beautiful.
Yes,
That is
indeed.
beautiful. And here's the thing, you guys. You know what makes it like that? It's the cohesiveness of color and that contrast of like this structure pattern with the floral. And I put this on crooked, but you know, oh well, it's just the way it is. It's just going to be the way it is.
I think once you frame it,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So I do, when I picture this, I think of those beautiful, you know, like this piece that I did here. This was from this is from an IOD release a couple times ago. Remember? There's a video about how I laid this all out and painted this in the style of one of those early women painters. But gosh, I love this look. I love it. It's just spilling out of everywhere, and the insects and the bugs and all the little things that are tucked in here and there that just draw you in and are so interesting.
love that. I love that one.
It's so beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Do we still have that transfer? Or is that one
Oh yeah.
discontinued? I love that
No.
one.
It's still here. It's what is it called? Someone will probably
I
know
can
better
look.
than I am.
I can look.
I did a whole YouTube video. My memory is just shot this week. I have been really.
Let's see. 'Cause I really liked that one.
We could probably walk right to the back where all the IOD is.
Well, I'm
And
just scrolling right there. It's not Floral Anthology.
no, it's not.
It came out with that one.
Collage. No, it wasn't Collage de Fleur. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it's Collage de Fleur.
It is?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And then I used different.
And that has the vase in it?
No, I painted that vase.
But there was one that had a vase in it. Remember?
Oh, was there?
Yes. That came out with Floral Anthology.
Oh, yeah. I think that one's discontinued.
That's what I think too.
I don't know.
That was a really
Honestly,
cool one.
I can't even think straight.
You know what I mean though?
Kinda.
I do.
I love Floral
I feel like it may have
Anthology,
even had like
too.
a cherub of some kind in it.
Oh, yes. I remember that one.
That's what I'm thinking of. And I think you used a lot of that.
I did.
Now I'm going to have to look for that YouTube video. Which I will do now.
Oh. Yeah, this one was Collage de Fleurs, and I did it in the style of an 18th century woman artist. It's just those beautiful, big, romantic, voluptuous. I keep saying voluptuous, but they are. They're just
I know, sorry, I got you going on
so bold and beautiful.
that. Oh, what was that? That will make me crazy.
I'm going to create a little jaggedy edge on this. When I'm layering, I want to make sure that whatever I'm layering over top has that leaf shape. It's not just cut off like a straight cut. You want it to be as realistic as possible. But I do love
If anyone knows the name of that transfer, shout it out.
Good Lord, I could probably walk right back there.
No, we don't have it anymore.
Oh, which one are you?
The one that had like the vase, and I think it had like a cherub in it too.
Oh, yeah, I know. That was so neat. That was so beautiful.
And I really think it came out with Floral Anthology in that same release.
You're right, it did. What was that?
And I want to say it was inspired by a certain artist that they named.
Oh my gosh. It was in that same style, almost like that old engraved style, but it's been discontinued, and I did love that one.
I know. Anybody, help!
And it had, because it had all of the engraving, like the
Henry
words.
Fletcher. Ode to Henry.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Cheryl Mosito said it.
Cheryl, how do you remember that?
She's good like that.
You are something, girl.
Ode to June, someone said. Yes, you were close.
No, it wasn't Ode to Henry. It was Ode.
Was it Ode to June?
Oh,
I'm going to look it up.
I think it was Ode to June.
Ode to Henry. June, Ode to Henry Fletcher.
That's right.
So
it had all of those words in it.
And it was beautiful. Because remember I had that one flower that was red and white striped?
Yep.
Which I think you used. If you got that out again, I think that's in that.
No, that red and white stripe is from Collage de Fleurs.
Are you sure that's in Collage de Fleur?
I know it is. Because I did that for an IOD release.
Well, shows what I know.
And I also want to make sure that I have some space up here too. But I do want...
Oh yeah, because Collage de Fleur has that more open one with the stripes. This was a different one.
I need a little bit of open branchiness or something. I don't want to fill this completely.
Yes, remember? That's what it was like.
Yes, all the words at the bottom. I don't even have one of those left.
Very cool.
Let me let this dip down a little bit here. Yeah, this is where I got to start to kind of beware of having that negative space as well. Not beware, but be aware of that negative space. Does anybody else use their thumbnail?
We just see Lynn's head.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I moved my camera and I apologize.
Is there a bird in Joie de Roses? Let me take a look. I don't think so.
It's all roses.
You know, sometimes they'll throw a bird in anyway, just to be nice to us.
Mm-hmm.
There's a butterfly.
Right. Gosh, I love that. That is so pretty.
Yeah, there is a bird. Yes,
there is?
Yep.
Let me see that. Show me that picture.
Yep, there's a bird. Right. Yeah.
In Joie de Rose. You're right. There's that beautiful bird and then that kind of emblem piece.
Yep.
See, I have not looked
at... two birds, actually.
Yes, and the oranges. I love the oranges,
birds,
too.
A butterfly, oranges, there's buds, couple butterflies.
It has a lot going on.
One, two,
oh my
three,
gosh.
4 butterflies.
Sometimes I forget what's... I'm going to put this... What do you think, you guys? Should I put that butterfly right on there? Instead of up... Yeah, I think so. Because I need some of that space. So I think I want to hide him like he's right in those flowers. and you end up with.
I'm just gonna blow my nose away from the microphone.
Okay, so it ends up being like that butterfly is kind of subtle in the background, you know. Now you could come in here with a crackle stamp and you could continue to add some. Actually, you know what? I would take that crackle stamp of ours, the IOD one. But look how pretty. This is so pretty. That is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Hey, Megan. Oops. She's blowing her nose. Now let's see what we can do to highlight this just a little bit. And I think what I got antique paste out. I don't even know that. Yeah, I'll use a little bit of this. Let me get my brush wet. This is the Umber antiquing gel, so I'm going to create a little shadow around my urn just to give this some more dimension. And here we go. Just a little bit in the background. Megan, could you get me my crackle stamp? IOD crackle stamp from the back.
Like the part of Vintage Textures?
Yes. So to create that little blend, I have a wet brush and I'm just dipping the corner into my medium and then I blend it out on my paper. It's an old decorative painting technique to create a little shadowy effect. When I decoupaged this background on, I made sure I put a sealer over it, and then I'm able to kind of wipe away any excess paint more easily, in theory. So yes, our IOD release will be coming out. You won't notice any change in prices from previous releases, which is a good thing. We're excited about that. That's pretty. That's very pretty. And we could also brighten this up just a little bit. Maybe with, let me see, how about some, do we want to do any spatters? Maybe a little bit of spatters would brighten that up. And a little bit of dry brushing. I just have to see what paint I have out here.
Mom, were you using it somewhere recently?
Oh, who knows? But that's okay. We don't need it. But I do need a little bit of white or casement or something like that. Thank you. Okay, let's see how this is going to look in the frame. Look at that. Isn't that so, that is so pretty, you guys. Look how pretty. Very pretty. I love it. I love it so much. That's gorgeous. Okay, we're just going to get some white, some spatter, and I think we'll call this finished. But yes, the crackle stamp, which I know it's back there somewhere. We just can't put our hands on it. Would be pretty also on this. Do just a little bit of spatter just to bring a little bit of brightness. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. I just
Nellie says, I use that transfer to pretty up a boring red laptop computer. Good idea.
Really? I did a really fun video a while back, and I used this this transfer on all kinds of different colors of fusion, and it looked so pretty on all different colors. Looked different, no, just depended on what I put it on, and it took a totally different look based on the color that I used.
So, Deborah, you did not miss an announcement about a day and time for the tutorial with Gia. Gia has decided that she would prefer not to do it live. That's not the platform that she's most comfortable teaching on. So we're just kind of working on a better way to do that will make her feel the most comfortable, because that's what we really want for her.
Yes.
So that may be her filming a separate video on her own, and then Mom can maybe go live and then use Gia's video as a guide, something like that. We're just going to work all of that out and then go back to the drawing board a bit.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is that we can keep that relationship with Gia, because she is just so wonderful. We love and respect her so much, and she shares such beautiful things with us. She's such an amazing artist and friend. So
yeah, we're
going to figure out a way that works so that we can learn from her. I know that she wants to share with us and teach us. So we're just going to figure out a way that we can do that makes her feel safe and comfortable and good.
It was a big step. Yeah, it was a big step for her.
Yes.
And I mean, she and I go live all the time with each other. You know, we video chat and
privately, yes.
Privately, yes. But I think that this was
different.
just a little bit overwhelming for her.
Okay, Heather asks, would you crackle stamp a lighter color like the background, or would you use a darker color?
You could do either. I think either one of them would be beautiful. And
what would you do?
What would I do? I would probably crackle. No, you know, lightness would be pretty.
Yeah, it would.
Lightness would be very pretty with this. And then I can literally just add some little touches. Of white. It's all about those layers, isn't it?
Yes.
It's what truly brings life to your paintings, your mixed media, dark, medium ground, and then a highlight. I'm just kind of hitting the tops of this, just dry brushing. And yeah, I think that's pretty. I think that's really pretty. And I didn't go super heavy on the spatter, but I like this. I love that very muted look in the background of this, and keeping these elements simple. I mean, it's kind of like, again, you got to know when is enough.
The background is a JRV paper called Warwick Castle, Susan.
But isn't it pretty how that all came together? All these different colors and all these different techniques.
So for anyone that came late, you can find everything that Mom used here today in the supply list. There's a link to that up above in the description if you're watching on Facebook, down below on YouTube, or on lnjgoods.com under the menu item featured on our live tutorials. That's a drop-down menu. You just look for the title of today's live and today's date, and you can find it there. You can always email me, info@lnjgoods.com, with any questions, or call the shop.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you there.
That was fun. That was kind of a fun way to
Love it.
do a beautiful, beautiful piece. That is so pretty. I love that.
Love it, love it.
Can't hold it up straight, but there it is. That is so gorgeous. I really love this. And wouldn't that be pretty in a whole gallery wall with, you know, just the right kind of like crewel embroidery background or elements that would go with it. I'm thinking, oh gosh, like Megan, over there on the fireplace mantle, see that tin toolware tray? That would be so cool with this. And then maybe even, look at that, like even though, let me flip my camera down again, hold on. Even though they're not the same, this is the kind of like kitschy kind of like gallery wall-ish thing that you could do. Like,
yeah, and this could even come into
that. Yeah, I like that. That. I mean, there's so much. I'm looking at.
even just the mirror.
Yeah, look at the little gold framed piece that's way up there that we did. That was, yeah, like that would be so cute just as a gallery wall. They're similar elements, but they're not all matching, right? Mm-hmm. But look how pretty. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love all of them together. And then like I would look for like a round, like crewel embroidery piece that had very similar colors in it. Would be gorgeous. And then maybe just a small piece that was just a butterfly or something like that. Oh, so many different directions that this could go in.
Lovely, lovely.
All right, so ladies, I hope, and gentlemen, I hope that you enjoyed this little mixed media adventure here. I'm thinking maybe if I can get my act together for Wednesday, we're going to do a pot with that strawberry mold.
That would be nice.
And maybe Persephone, we'll see.
I would love to see that.
I got a little something I'm thinking of. All right. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Many of you will see locally here tomorrow night for a we're doing that book. Yeah, we're doing a mixed media book. Like,
have you showed that?
I think I did. Yes. I think I might have. Yeah, it's in the back. But anyway, we'll definitely share lots of pictures. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you Wednesday.
Bye.